off with an ET Now exclusive. Ritesh Agarwal, founder and CEO Oyo Rooms, opens up on life after the massive funding round. Focus areas for Oyo as well as taking the company to newer markets. It's that time of the year when the online festive sales kick in. So time to loosen your purse strings and brace for discounts across products. Amazon will kickstart the Great Indian Sale for Prime users starting 24th September. Also get your heads up on the Diwali sale dhamaka. Online restaurant discovery and food delivery platform Zomato says it has turned profitable. That too across 24 countries that it operates in. Zomato will also now stop charging commission from restaurants that bring in high orders so as to strengthen their position in the food delivery space. Hi there, good evening and welcome to Startup Central, the first and only daily show that's dedicated to startups and entrepreneurship in India. I'm Avan Dabash. And straight, let's kickstart the show with a big exclusive interview. Oyo Rooms recently closed in 2 successful rounds of funding from SoftBank Vision Fund and another strategic round from China Loading Group. In his first television interview to a news channel, Ritesh Agarwal, the founder and CEO of Oyo, opens up about life after the massive funding round, the focus areas for Oyo, and how he's taking the company to newer heights. Listen into this conversation with my colleague Tushar Chakrabarti.
I think for us as a company, we believe congratulations should always be deferred to customers saying good things about us. So thanks for the congratulations, but have to do a lot more to justify that. Like you said, this $250 million plus $10 million that we raised from China Lodging Group will primarily be deployed in 2 areas. We think as a company, we stand for three core promises, which is of quality, availability, and predictability. So the investments will be primarily in these areas to make sure that we can make our quality experiences even better and at the same time bring Oyos to every city of India, in every street of India, while taking a unique India-based model to many other markets outside of India as well.
Ritesh, talking specifically about the Southeast Asian region, which markets particularly do you see interest in and what are the growth potential do you see in those markets?
So clearly we've been in Southeast Asia since 2015. Which was a very long-term view for us to say we will first pilot our business, we will understand what are the local challenges and problems and solutions that exist. Now that our Malaysia business is well organized and settled, we believe that Southeast Asia is essentially 5 large countries. Then the question is, where do you go first? And that, of course, we would let our execution speak, where do we go first?
Several important projects lined up, Oyo Town Halls to other exciting projects. What can we expect to be the big focus areas as we move forward?
So I think clearly across our brands, the big focus area will be investing in capabilities. Oyo has 4 capabilities. First, asset management. Anyone who has an asset calls us and we get them the best yield per square feet. Second is civil infrastructure, turning around places really fast. Hospitality and sales and distribution. So these are the 4 areas where we will continue to invest, and within 4 of these you will see new projects continue to come up, but we are already doing a lot today. So we are going to be focused in doing what we are doing today very well, rather than only opening new ones going forward.
Ritesh, talking about the macroeconomy a little bit, we've just moved to a unified tax regime under the GST. For Oyo, has it been a net positive or has it been a little difficult to do business after GST? What has been Oyo's reaction after GST?
So there are 2 things here. The first thing is I must congratulate the government for taking a historic step of making sure that for the economy and the mid-market hotels, they have kept taxes very, very liberal. Remember, for the guy who's coming to this hotel or a 5-star hotel, it is much easier to pay that extra 1,000 rupees. But for that guy who travels for 1,000 rupees 4 times a month coming from Patiala to Delhi, those 500 rupees is literally a change in his P&L of the month. So we believe that the government has done the right thing by keeping an affordable tax regime for the economy and mid-market hotels. Speaking about Oyo, which is essentially a hospitality brand in this space, we believe that the initial days were a little bit of harder work, but we believe it has made it very easy for us to do business in India at multiple levels. For example, transporting furniture and products to all your hotels across the country, transporting linen, ensuring that taxation with corporations and agents are done very familiarly. has been a great step. And in fact, this is bringing a lot of large corporates to directly work with companies like OYO because of the easy GST systems that we created to begin with.
And before I let you go, Ritesh, what will be keeping you busy from now on? Expansion projects, international plans, what is it that you'll be investing your time in?
So I have learned, especially in the last year and a half, that the best business plan is to get a customer, make him really happy. He eventually gets 10 more customers. So you will see majority of my time going in that one specific area. I think that learning is probably one of the most important learnings I've had, and I'll keep it close to my heart going forward.
Okay, that's the big exclusive interview. Moving on, it's that time of the year when the online festive sales are going to kick off, so time to loosen your purse strings and brace for discounts across products. Amazon will be kick-starting the Great Indian Sale for Prime users tomorrow. That extends to the 24th of September. And hear out then what exactly one can expect.
It's time of the year when online sales are back in action. So pre-Diwali is when it happens, and this time the next 4-5 days for all you online shoppers out there is going to be exciting. I'm here at the Amazon headquarters in Bengaluru, and joining me is Manish from Amazon, who will take us through what Amazon will offer in terms of experience. Manish, Amazon has had several online sales. Of course, Diwali sales is the big focus. What is new this Diwali really?
So what's new this Diwali? So let me start by the selection. 160 million products on offer this Diwali. That's like close to 40% more than last year. We've been building up for Diwali, adding close to 200,000 products every day. So the Amazon.in customers gets to shop from a very, very wide range. I think the second thing which is new is the number of exclusive products we are offering. So vis-a-vis last Diwali, if you talk about fashion, be it Under Armour, Gap, Marks and Spencers, all these are new launches which you can only find on A.in. The same is true for, say, mobiles. We have brands like Nokia, OnePlus, Coolpad, which are all exclusive on our platform. We're working with all our large brand partners, including LG, Micromax, to introduce new exclusive products. So this selection of exclusive products is going to be very, very large this year. One special area of focus which we've done over the last 1 year is to build up our large appliances business, which is televisions, refrigerators, washing machines. That's a large chunk of demand, and it's really taken us by surprise. If I share some numbers with you, we started this business around 14-15 months back because we wanted to build up a special service network for large appliances, which is not just about delivery, it's about scheduled delivery. So you actually can choose slots. What time do you want your refrigerator? More importantly, we install it for you. Most of the time, it's our brand partners who install, but we give you a confirmed installation time slot. And in case, in Diwali, as you know, the appliance sale is so high, sometimes we don't have enough people to actually go and install. And that's when Amazon Home Services comes in. That's our own service, which we will send people to install your television so that you get it on time. So that's a big one. And again, there we are working with Samsung, LG, Carrier, Voltas, you name the player, BPL, which is exclusive with us, to offer a unique set of products. These products you can't buy anywhere else. So that's very, very exciting, interesting times on selection. I think the second thing which is really unique this Diwali is we know the Indian customer is value conscious, but dreams of moving on to the larger television, the larger refrigerator. We've always offered the best pricing to our customers, but we've taken a few steps ahead of that and said, how do we offer awesome value to the customers? So this Diwali, things which are very different from last Diwali. The first is the buyback. We are offering a huge buyback program across mobiles, large appliances, televisions. You return your old television, we'll come and pick it up at your home free of cost, which is very unique, whether online or offline. And then we adjust that amount in the new TV you buy.
Or any product if I decide to buy.
Actually, that's very interesting. Now that you bring it up, a lot of customers said that, we never have multiple televisions at home, but we have multiple mobiles at home. And every time I don't know what to do with my old mobile because I don't want to buy so many more mobiles. So this season you can give in your mobile and we'll adjust the value onto your refrigerator or a television as the case might be. Again, that's unique in terms of what we are offering. In terms of EMI, we are offering EMIs from the top 11 to 12 banks in this country. And all kinds of tenures, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, so that you get a complete option of choosing. And most of our large brand partners are making that EMI a no-cost EMI, which basically means you have to pay the same sum of money over 12 months, which is really good value. I think what will really delight our customers this year is we're running a program with SDFC. It's basically called Buy Now, Pay Next Year. So come to Amazon.in. If you have an SDFC card, you can buy any large appliance or a mobile. You don't have to pay anything in 2017.
You only pay next year.
You only pay in 2018.
All right. Okay. Manish, also, as you mentioned, Indian audience is also very value conscious sort of a customer. So discounts, I know you'll not get into specifics, but are they largely better than what they were last year? Or, is the craze around discounts really reducing as it is reducing among other players? Or it's really the same thing that was offered last year? What's happening on the discounting?
So I think, see, the pricing of this is decided by the brand partners and the sellers. So what I sell a particular product for is not my domain. It's actually the seller who sells it or the brand partner who decides. I think the customers would get delighted by what they see this time. I'm quite confident about that. And like I said, think of pricing, think of exchange, think of pay later next year. I think bring this together. I am very, very confident that we'll offer awesome value to customers on A.in.
Got it. Also, this sale is a big one right after GST has sort of been rolled out. So, among your sellers, I know you can't really get into the nitty-gritties, but largely have they moved on and, are your back-end system, so to say, ready to cope with the massive amount of volume that will come by, because the first big bang sale right after the GST rollout has happened?
So I think the GST transition has been very smooth for us. We did have a challenge. We have 220,000 plus sellers, and we actually had programs to handhold them, to actually make them compliant. And I'm very pleased with the fact that most sellers have successfully transitioned. So if you ask me, is there a GST impact? The answer is no. Actually, what we do for every Diwali is, every Diwali sets a new milestone, and then you further build up business. So we invest a lot in infrastructure. And if you see at this point of time, we have 42 fulfillment centers. That's like 10, 12 more than what we had last year. 13 million square feet under warehousing right now. We now reach to, you can literally order a television in Leh and I will deliver it to you. If you go diving in Lakshadweep, you want scuba glasses, I can deliver it to you. So we've built up the infrastructure to service almost every serviceable pin code in the country. And I tell Leh, we had added Andamans a few months back. What we also done is the investment in the infrastructure, whether it's the 12 large appliances FC or the 42 normal fulfillment centers, will ensure that goods reach quickly to our customers in Diwali. And to back it up, even on the service front, is where the Amazon Home Services installation comes in. So we are very focused on ensuring a seamless delivery during the season.
Also, as far as what really happens in the 5 days, you said your fulfillment centers are pretty prepared to, ensure you can handle the volume of the sales that come by. Compared to really last year, where you saw fashion, electronics sort of being the big drivers, what do you see will drive growth for Amazon this year? Any particular categories that you are betting really big on as far as demand is concerned?
So even if I take last Diwali, and I was just telling this to someone, when we start the sales season, which is tomorrow in afternoon for our prime customers, we'll see the surge starting from large appliances and wireless. As we move closer to the end of the month, it goes off to grocery. The super value days. First week of October, for example, we'll sell a lot of fashion. That's the Durga Puja period. And just to highlight, I'm saying, a few days before Dhanteras, we sell a lot of gold coins. So the sale is across categories. And the only one which I want to call out, which has been performing remarkably well, even by our growth standards, is large appliances. We're growing at 400% plus this year. And we believe Diwali is the season where customers buy more of it. So I'm quite confident that we would get very healthy 3-digit growth across, with large appliances and mobiles probably growing at a little faster. The reason I call out mobiles is, If you take the month of August, which we've just got over, we had a large number of exclusives on our platform.
Now, online restaurant discovery and food delivery platform Zomato says it has turned profitable, and that too across 24 countries that it operates in. Yes, the big news came from the co-founder Dipinder Goyal himself. Goyal put out a blog post also sharing that he will charge zero commission from restaurants in India. Rahul Dayama joins in with all the details from Bangalore. And Rahul, big news, the fact that, it's on the profitability path, because a lot of people, investors alike, have been scrutinizing and, giving Zomato quite a bit of a rough time for that. And it's been a long and tough journey for them. It's a tough business to operate in. So challenging times, but they've emerged profitable.
As you rightly mentioned, Avan, the buzz in the entire startup ecosystem the last year, even investors really putting those tough questions, startups focusing on solid business models, was all around driving profitability. And as you mentioned, for Zomato also, it hasn't been an easy part. At the start of this year, they had to cut down a considerable amount of staff. They had to trim losses, shut down loss-making entities, and really focus on a stringent and prudent financial part to reach where they are. So the big development, it was late last evening that Dipinder Goyal blogged about it. The big news is that they have turned profitable. This is across the 23 countries that Zomato offers in. Remember, while Zomato has been an early mover in the space over the last few years, that is, so many number of players have really emerged. The likes of Tiny Owl and others have had to suspend operations because the business itself, food delivery, is a high-cost business. There's so much of investment that goes into ensuring that the restaurants are on the platform, and the cashbacks also that consumers like you and me get. So it's been a long and tough journey, but Zomato, with all the cost-cutting initiatives that they have undertaken over the last few months, profitability is finally a reality as far as Zomato is concerned.
Oh, yes, indeed. That's been the big trigger. But how much of the zero commission from restaurants is targeted to check the growth of Swiggy in the space? Because that's a big competitor as well that they're taking on.
Avan, clearly, Swiggy is the next big competitor. They recently raised a massive funding round of about 80 million in the space. Even otherwise, they have been making the right moves. They're looking at the cloud kitchen model right now. So while Zomato has announced that the zero commission model will be available for restaurants, analysts are looking at it as a clear indication that the space will only get more competitive. Although Zomato says that the criteria for these restaurants for zero commission is that the quality of the service must be good, the number of orders that it really delivers in about a week, all that is there. But all in all, of the 25,000 restaurants that are part of Zomato platform in India, 75% of them will really be eligible for zero commission. So while Zomato charges about 7% of the commission from restaurants, we will have to wait and see if this bet will pay off. They're letting go of commission. So what will really drive growth and bring in those revenues? But Swiggy is definitely a big competitor, and this move is being seen by them to ensure that they can capture a larger chunk of the market and stay relevant in the game.
Okay, thanks very much, Rahul, for breaking it down and giving us all of those details. So zero commission is definitely one of the steps that Zomato is taking, but the fact that they've emerged profitable is definitely going to be one of the big headlines. Moving right on, in business-to-business e-commerce platform, Power2 SME has raised about $36 million in Series E from investors like Inventus Capital, Axel Kalari Capital, as well as Nandan Nilekani. The company had recently secured a $10 million investment from International Finance Corporation, the private investment arm of the World Bank. The company will be using this funding to continue their geopolitical expansion, accelerate their product growth, and invest in sales and marketing resources. Meantime, Paytm Mall kickstarts its big Diwali sale tomorrow. It's set aside about 500 crores worth of cashbacks for this sale. The cashbacks will be available across categories like mobiles, appliances, and fashion. And this is the first big sale that Paytm Mall is organizing. It's been betting big on its online to offline strategy, even as it looks to battle the likes of Flipkart and Amazon. Meantime, venture arm of Salesforce.com has launched a $50 million fund to invest in startups that will operate in artificial intelligence. Salesforce, which operates in cloud computing, has been increasing its focus of late on AI. That's about all the time we have on this edition of Startup Central. Thanks so much for watching.